Assalamualaikum guys. I hope you are well. Your project review for NAM. We have started our let's start today's video. Please follow my GateLive accounts and subscribe my YouTube account. Then we have started our live now. NAM Navada is the compressible privacy layer of the merchants. It is the proof and stakes layer one block in the product users must know data by providing fail assist hub and enabling a shield across 10. And the application protections and GateLive with marketing put 6 crore names and get to construct GT and 20 meter productions in 12,000 sticks and the mining for period of 20 days and ratings rewards only is 87.5 total stick 1 crore for 4 lakh and 2006 for 950 and FPL. And APR 2.95% staking. This is my staking GTM and rewards and name the name full and the total staking reward are 3 lakhs and 98,572 name the total stakes. Left right full holding came at 813.35 name. The individuals holiday reward kept 107.94 name and APR 14545%. My sticking name the my reward calculating relative name. Use digital the total staking rewards in staking rewards 2 crore name and total staked USDT mining period 20 days and total staked 8 lakhs 65,798.92 USDT participant and 45 full 166 name and individuals reward cap 6249 name 62.49 and APR 24.37%. My stakings USDT and my reward curriculum rewards name GateLive. GateLive is for trading and staked USDT name the Launchpool under name holding. With Namara names export tradings most launch tradings are 10,000 10 USDT at June 19 on June 19 2025 UTC most calculation are name airdrop for free new airdrop API the Namada sport trading and trading start now June 19 2025 I 10 UTC the deposit name is gate.com and my account deposit name the trader names USDT market and BA HTTPS www.gate.com straight he will be our name Launchpool places and June 17 2025 at 2025 at 13 June and the 19 2025 at 13 UTC. Striking GT and USDT total trading sugar 15 quarter 15 1 lakh 15,000 and USDT 18 18,000 the price pool Harvard and 312 names and 166.6 per name. And the maximum staking account 2065 thousand USDT my staking 0.01 USDT page the June 19 and 2025 13 July June 9 and 2025 13 UTC total stakings in tourist tickets and the facilities for most traders unlocking persons and officially launches are using these certain buildings earning your immediately once meaning begins the duration systems will distribute and token users put and the account will be ours based on the professions and will assist stake and by users the new exclusive and new users who is up to June 15 2025 and it likes get launchful as you the slowly most evidence for a user and the FAQ behavior of the user and just use ratings limit for most allowing the head of the goal and stating your in bonus be available be join full maximum status amount for users BFG to the BFG for 2000 BFG site 2000 GC plus plus 1% BFG 4000 representing 1 plus 100% and the BFG 8 and 6,800 representing plus 2% to 40% BFG 9,000 rupees and BFG 20 BFG 16,000 to 500%. The project information that provided by the name Namada is most applications and Namada more details and the instructions Namada is around complete applications and most inclusive and states and dates tokens and names and the primarily board in rise and the CAM BFT constant the BFT interaction blockchain the communications protocols and more equations and the markings integrity Without the support and identity information and limit IBC and building sky potential. Ticket camera. Rationalize and check and appear most collections in cyclic and the useful reading and the tech verified and blocking protocol taken in our token symbol naman name naming supply can color tokens type minute negative one the token ID HTTPS namada group dot coms token distributions and working rules and blocker FNI foundations and curly for contribution energy item 80 70 80% only core and mesh or appear in a distribution public. Best কথা public elections and the Fed operations, the website and the exclusive number white paper. Namada cross the about Namada is it predictions the block and using zero knowledge and proof technology Namada the potencies and give assist and march change data predictions and the using by the more foundations the for the certified information display. Describing how to access and the participant in the current. So, what I mean, please create it in shield aspect for any assist, reward for keeping the assist and set our will set for extracts for governance and source and reward namada. And then first finally we have to put 4 second blocks and IBC communication. Change and multimate MAPS convert site careful sales set viewers and listeners application for high level introductions and articles introductions Namada multiply icon change and applications and productions articles what is Namada product and learn about the protocols and documented the first following individual so Namada concept device context. Quick start getting the with Namada and simple as Namada and install the Namada binance Namadas and place in your start in your space and most appear in and your psychologist you can prompts release the fix and gravity use available in stars comfort and number repeaters and allocate path and the joining to see the for details how to network and joining them running a network in one focus and down to smart and you will need to know appear in most change and known availabilities. Will be running the newly new intelligent the forms and basically clearly see the list and commands run and results. Notes you can start you need node with the unit the change for more previous output you can run. And the two give you a node and running the block backgrounds after closing and terminal you will unlikely want to using the treatments and the systemic service file see the sections and running fully mode videos on the as well as configuration and inventor build instant most including And the amount of created account right now an account to order is taken and that will be generated new accounts and stored in most ecologically appear in psychological ecomissions. And kit address and the Namada list address essential output containing transportation address the non-limited fractions and the freight rate get some tokens and parts focus tested only the check here and testnet and the person only discover service for more information explore disciplines and things against to near saint and some name other together both delete some gameplay played by shading board and full connection is set and most gate namada install namada and with the old android and recommended mobile namadas and installing namada. Namada is can be applications and the installed free in most applications and notes and from and the forward in most politicals in most trend found this found there found here and the quick start source the instant from source and the please note with the source installing from the source and recommended route installing namada instant focus and pick up tower and building the binaries from source. You can also most occupations and take up building the convenience from our source can also take sometimes filling the matrix and the page requested and the equals are connected to Jupyter has been downloaded by the installing Namada was at all recursion has been installed. You can following to along the source of code from the Namada dispository and put it in the underjoining mining at the communications for most and fast document or control apps and the digital to find button software we need the ability binaries spot the binaries should add the spot from the master command in most communications and add users most the you can be declared and which namada using the binaries in most see the phase of information that translation is free and please have great face the specification the information the instant namada free requisitions and the way requested the if your phone install Namada install fast Rust Git claim open access LLVN and Rust the installing and being decorated same in being available on your path and do connections in most applications in weekend and to continue and if you will and most psychologicals appear in runnings and documenting defense for most defendings and the runnings following commented and should take needed. The unmediated stems and develop except as the instead the main supply in credit should need in the frigate also can however join the runnings and the should at last in propagations please and the strict in most and please use options the travel the information and the try photo and the communications and could most something speak in and the fact complications something space that sometimes fails and sometimes the communications in neither the main computer run out the money and the raw for RAM will be needed installed the physical RAMs and the 16 GB for GB for the swap and of completing fast and time computations errors in most logical and can be common frequent linking CC found and if you run it over error the installing and more installing and its implications directly root and Namada in host rate and most Versions is trick and come the versions the unknown released and most and says most it may to great and install it and the solutions is most calculations and the inventor has been installing the throw of most and throw is most and the wasms the unknown person unknown and the issues and completely and still target in most target in error for 9 cannot find the created core and 9 note the wasn't the unknown target might not install help and the considers downloading target with a restricted target and boldness and from more information error and try to restrict it its brain the issues the issue can reduce and running yes the name of target wasn't and wasn't the unknown person and these not complications which are most versions and released of an SSL if you can could not find a directly option says installed and this says point accounts and cannot trust without this knowledge and trust cannot the trust without the knowledge and the optimize and credit header troubles for findings and you can set automations and DR inventor and be revealed and for the completion progress and be revealed the completion progress and the make sure and the variations and complete progress that make you sure that also you have development and package and the often left in stores and in the background for examples liberty on limited options and on pages if you read in situations where and breakdown maze and you can need install development package often as LL and development is so often essential website for education and the behaviors equations installs binaries and the free the following recruited need to free complete binaries the downloading binaries and after installing the preparation you can then download the latest release and the most release phrase by choosing the putting in um, architect the below of code uh, and wait and overall versions of value binance available from the GitHub see the release page and brief zip and the tar using the following commands and for placing binance and spec path the enable make matches following the commented on should work for Namara and being this path a bad and once inside the DG. Counting the beneath the prevention the in your band and running which made. The using menu the ones installed you should have following banners Binary Namada. The main binary use control Namada, the Namadan, the ladies note, the Namats, the silent, the Namada wallet. And the main commands and the bip throw in our life. And before following commands and predicted Namada commented and the speed implications and the Namada silence Namadas and the Namada note and Namadan. Hello, hello. Sorry guys for my background noise. Do explains commands and expressions and in help for most and by commands levels for most level in find out for sub commanded operations the farm installing compete the follow the in order compete in installing DL base finally should gives a B233 on higher by macos the system can provide the glyphs should you recent enough the imperfections the glyph installed by difficulty why do not anything smooth the unremits and the and 1804 and Ubuntu 20.04 glyphs has B227 and B229 displayed by the difficult with Salwar recorded versions and Namada I would recommend it immediately install the source and update to Ubuntu 2022 installed the gives recorded and bash on the scenes and with the busy machines and radio stars in case gives and would interest of your websites and the give you steps and the package of source. Running Namada with Docker the free information in order to dump and the miss or docs installed finding installing instructions and downloading the Docker image the Namada made image the various can be found Namada and get on GitHub and the under the text and pick and latest versions on the Docker image and click on correct versions and Namada UID and can install and explore trying to Namada B0939 and 0 to download the Docker image trans the Namada versions B0390 and which with the versions and which and then download the Docker GCHR and Namada versions you can the download Docker Docker images that text are fast clone and output that great Docker responsibility to create and Namadas and bname 297k and 5 days ago 211 million based in this case and the download image and with a quest Namadan Diesel 390 running the Docker image. Hello John कैसे हो अब लोग अमान मित्रों को ना फॉर्ड एंड बिल कैसे हो नहीं तो बारे बोला हमने once you have downloaded Docker and it will do useful export and room is the and various and the build applications you can comment and Docker the contribute following method where the any commented আমগুলো কথা কবে লাগো and commands contribute following the method and and command run after remains and spin if at the wanted to number a class and the join the net change and bit change you can run and the position and rocker volume. Focus and rocker volumes and the rate and simple examples and the friend network connected and with the well commanded change and the using the docker volumes and bytes and declarations t and on host may change directly inside a the exploring joining the network and which for full in node there are many possible and the warning dockers and contribution volumes depending on your needs and the system setup. Here is examples you have to get one done and the directly it can be located anywhere and the difference and the earth based D locations set directly permissions the data only created just directory and the current and host OS unless and the absence the permissions and the directed and OS Namada and most creations in unable write it when the made inside the contributions and will be trans and as among the get actor in the and the rest and the fit and our discovery and connected and may rotate the join the network using the volume now and can join the network command and the communications local share আর সমস্যা নাই বাইরে কিছু খাইতে আর মাথা টেনে আছে we are the previous setup and the when most and the I didn't know you can kun gal di bari sikya if you and securities and the wait and system populated genius files and sales in the edit and instance we have the map and data directly host and files and we can access the edit it directly needed surprises we need to update our precedence and files and applications and fit for ways in when to make educated officers the right permissions and most equalities. And the volumes and Docker commanded the Docker encryption and the bit Docker teams applicants and the Docker image the immediately. And the events myself begin by application and Reddit and the bit and image ranking and running git a clone and GitHub and no seats Namada and Docker and additions and edit and note do not filling and the it have the below. And you can really release the image and Namada UI to meet and directly and calm ensuring combated BFTs and restrictions Namada and Brilliance combat drawing Namada download the and release and the Namada computer release state and you can download the participants and quick download the release and the use the Namada here and voice news and the available and versions and fully computer should not use Namada enabling compute and binary space and if you have go to install and the download most packages and the most recommendations in likely and directive for responsibility and directly posterities and most economist preferences and but our viewers of Kubernetes simple copy if you and use locals and always get it answered and quit pet and commit binary use them and commands which should as something and shielding the Namada groups and largest and completing chains and sending and proving chains and most by sending and the data purification Namada groups and shake and the most frequent tokens in tokens and Namada also acid the data applications and users whom they want and acid organizing and from one base and 10 up to change and you without losing the data applications and the Namada ratio fees and data protections to assist and that are adopted and already and based in transportation strength and users not most and we get it test and the users still and the most reward and they can send still expose and personal information so and the transportation is found into the our Namada BIBC. Identity and the equabilities and tokens release price and light will most information by the nature that assist and holdings this and also true most under the commerce and the auto assist and set as you can start from sales and action search pressing cross exchange swaps and the sale actions are not limited to application sense and IBC compatible each auto missed and change that is the connected Namada as its and the actions and regenerations and the interaction that with any DPS as a trading and PTS. The striking cities are beings and the states and available across and chains and transportation. Cruise chains transfers but more will be added in futures. But the effective insight and including barely generic tokens and most and we needed namadas and export transportation. And locations and users and anyone's preference, the networks and status surveillance and traffic analysis and users a VPNs you can mask and security internet and to your browsing activity and announcement. The security and big responsibility. And if you have and sensibility and believability for that please and let us know and possible by and security detect and back harnessed and the current box and the names and believability names the believability bounce and coming soon. And bounds and prohibited using the publics and the fake and installers and the scientific operations and you want the web networks most functions and the user numbers and such and queries the modes of meetings and transpirations can be done using full node and operations. Transfusion publics and cancel the publics and PCS. And using the node flex and the using instructions assumes and the completed steps and the installed Namada join the network from the chain you can and the Namadas and when and the provision address of a public RPC nodes and the examples created and balance accounts and using the RPCs you can browse and Namada inspect find it and differently expect normally and RPC address and documentations and you can note and flex protocol info. And functional protocols and most and the Namada following sections describe exported systems, number of block hands and begins and last post and objects and the protocols picked in the equality post. So the collection do que Lucian Cosco collection. And in order to create an end of the commanded to run the protocols remain the protocols and print following kind and the ramas and the fitting is Jesus and the governance the premiums the commissions and farms and to native tokens and the to 2000 and fictitious and the tokens and makes personal record size and 10,000 buckets and the minimum personal bootings and the and fig and the makes personal figures and 84 pages make personal contact size 1000 characters and minimum personal gauge and wishes makes personal create and public the goods and the foundings and the fig and governance format the minimum personal forms and most amounts in and maximums have any personals and vaccine and periods and maximums personal proposals and max proposals period and the maximums and periods and the max supply contract size and the maximum పొద్దున్న తీయంలో జరగండి ఆ మేడ హౌసింగ్ పొద్దున్నే సిగిలిచ్చేసి హౌసింగ్ and brigade personals and the periods and the books and code instructions and the public buildings and traditional parents and the pet practice farms and the most educations and the it farms newly made and annually substance and the frequency newly limited and the health and the foundation PGF Stratford and the state and the mix number and separate them from maximum number of PGF and the protocols and fragments and the main choice and duration the maximum number of seconds post and the imported per and users confinite and suppose match equals the multi and where they are weighted and can be and makes block access and the and slate and the limited the amounts and guests and transportations can constant and free and related applications maximum number of in closed and most applications in like logicals restrictions in festivals post programs and pyramid limited and the most great bonds and most unbided lens and ticuments and the fat issues and unbent tokens are rapid sensing window lens and most are to inbuilt bonus and duplications and means own minimum to cells salas rate the minimum slashings and for stated post and the light protein and the attack minimum solar rate and the minimum slashing rate and for light clean attack the luminance and check your candidate by number of blocks unboxings and blocks and abbreviations and most and block the reward and the silence and most and set the block and reward then minimum set implications fit the targets and the fit surplus and the keep it information the KPIs and the operating information protocol then gate and seconds order tokens and information primitive the boots and PQ tokens boots and the most declaration website and the GateLive slave investment declaration and GateLive did not invest now. News and that restrictions and address of platforms and the most strict and GTBTC and users from tokens on how linear address and between the fleet and identity verification based on the participants launch and because citizens and the babies and the favorite and occurrence and why between the translated and original English and Bhashans and what the Bhashans and ship Phoebius and the great results and the finals and the fund and they even the applications and applications INCFL INCN increasing for most applications SN lightings in Digital locations fix warning the project teams and other credits and the bricks tokens and stage factors holdings and most appearing head bustings and technicals financial and tokens and the most and directly due to technicals and marketing strategy and the users not be windows and purchase technical issue for the projects and get on gate times and gateway to private to trade over 1600 privacy savings quickly easily Take action now, sign up to climb up 10,000 in welcome rewards in bed friends and to 40,000 commission. Stay connected, visit the Gate official offices and download the Gate app desktop and the follow us on Twitter to get more bonuses that resources, students, topics and engage the global community for the list of inspection security check 100% proof receivers. Assalamualaikum guys, thank you for watching my lives and we are finished our lives now because we are so tired for Kalgatun.